So thank you all for joining us. And we're going to go ahead and respect your times because we want to make sure that you get the full benefit of this amazing call tonight. I just want to welcome everybody this evening. Fall is in the air. This is the beginning of November. We just came off of an amazing Juice Plus Live national conference in St. Louis, Missouri last month. And for those who attended live, it was an amazing family reunion and just such awesome memories were made. For those who streamed, also had great experiences too. So we're just glad if you're a guest here tonight, welcome, welcome, welcome. And this is our Becoming series that we had started last year during the things that went on last year so we could stay connected. And I am Beverly Grandison.
I'm Johnny Grandison.
And we're your hosts for tonight's call. And what you're going to see is a group of like-minded, multifaceted entrepreneurs with various walks of life and places in life. Each call, if you've joined us before, and if you are unfamiliar with the Becoming series, definitely get with the person who invited you and ask them to give you the whole series. In the background, you don't see some ladies, Donna Merritt, Patricia Hill, and Lisa, we call her Lisa, that make this thing happen, you guys. It's an amazing, and I'm so grateful for those behind the scenes women. But what you're gonna get tonight is a glimpse of some of our experiences, including a vehicle that we have found that has helped significantly influence our processes of becoming the entrepreneurs that you see before you tonight. That being said, as you absorb our stories, know that we are not making any claims to treat or cure any specific diseases or conditions, nor are we making any income claims. This series is a platform that we hope will empower you to embrace the entrepreneurial mindset of success and to take control of your health. Now, I'm happy to introduce tonight's panelists. We don't have everybody that you're going to see in the video, so this is a little different from what we usually do. Some of the panelists that are actually going to share their why behind this amazing video that you're going to see was put together. The first person I want to introduce is Lenore Bayless, and she is a certified lifestyle intervention counselor, author, a media director, producer, wife, mom, and grandmother. And she's going to be sharing first because she's the brains behind all of this really coming together in the beautiful way it has. Tonight, we also have Carolyn Bird. She's a nurse, certified holistic cancer coach, breast cancer survivor, activist, wife, mom, and grandmother. Then we have tonight Lori Weeks, healthcare recruiter, entrepreneur, micro farmer, and she is an amazing Tower Garden farmer, health coach, wife, mom, and she's a nana, a new nana. Congratulations. And then we also have Dr. Brunetta Thomas Staples and her husband, Nate Staples. And Brunetta is an educator, pastor, health and wellness coach, and a wife. And Nate Staples, Pastor Nate, he's a drug and alcohol recovery counselor, Christian education, superintendent, husband, and father. And then Johnny and I, your host, right? I will introduce Johnny. He's a project manager, civil engineer, co-owner of a wellness consulting company. And we endearly termed him the GQ farmer because, like Lori, they love Tower Gardens. We all do. And of course, he's my husband. And I'm a retired military officer, professional counselor, health coach, and co-owner of the same company, and a wife. And we call ourselves Dinks. We're dual income, no kids. So what you're going to hear tonight is really the beautiful reason why this came together. We joined this business 16 years ago, and 16 years ago, there wasn't much marketing material or messaging that would target our communities. And that was very important to us. And so that is what you're going to hear. So without further ado, we're going to get out of the way. Johnny's going to be the last one to speak before we watch. It's a very short 16-minute video, but it's very powerful. And I want to start with Lenore Bayless. Now, if you're a guest and you don't understand what I'm saying about the business side, She's one of my sponsors in my organization. You're going to see that all of us are in, well, not all of us, some of us are in the same organization, but we're not all in the same organization at all. This is an amazing community that has come together, one team, one mission, because that's what we truly believe, to reach the greater good. The mission of our company is to build a stable and lasting company that will help as many people as possible realize their dreams. And that's exactly what we're doing, because we truly are inspiring healthy living around the world. So without further ado, Lenora Bayless, thank you so, so much for joining us tonight and for really making this all come together for us.
Well, what a pleasure it's been to work on this project. And my interest in doing this project started many years ago. I've been with this company for 27 years and immediately noticed, because my husband is African-American, so that means half of my family is African-American, and immediately noticed that there wasn't any messaging strategies to the people group that had the worst health statistics, and that bothered me. And so through the years, I kept hammering the powers that be that made our marketing materials, and it just never seemed to make it to the priority list. And so a couple of years ago, I knew that I was going to be retiring and went after I turned 65, and I thought, this has to happen. This absolutely has to happen. So I talked to Beverly and said, how can we get a group together and really represent this? And so I didn't know how it was going to be. I'd love to share with you just a little bit of the process, because it was pretty amazing how it came about. And I just came up with a few questions that I asked all the people that you're going to see in the film tonight. First of all, we had the health statistics. Dr. Fowler, who isn't on the call tonight, he had this incredible group of statistics that really talk about where this community is in terms of health. And so I asked everybody that you'll hear from tonight, which statistic has impacted you the most? You know, which one affects you the most? What concerns you the most? Then we asked what cultural traditions around food make dietary changes challenging in this community? And so you'll hear some of the answers. And then how did you learn about Juice Plus or Tower Gardens, whichever is their focus, and what excited them to take it? We had a whole section on what woke you up, you know, what woke you up to the need to change what you were doing. And so that was a very interesting part of the conversation. And then what inspired them to share it with other people? What had them get into their community and try and make a difference in that way? And how did it make them feel when they could help somebody be in a better place with their health? So what happened from these these interviews was I heard some amazing things that I could not script in a million years. So I literally transcribed what they said and put it in an order that we could record it. And that's what you're going to hear tonight. And I'm so excited and so thankful for everybody who participated, because every person made such a unique contribution. And there's probably 20, 30 of you that could have participated in this just as well. And who knows, maybe there'll be other things done in the future. We'd love to have more reaction to this, but this was designed to help you have a presentation. If you have an opportunity in a church, if you have an opportunity in a public setting, or if you have a new team member that is wanting to do a presentation and doesn't have enough information to really do it by themselves, this is a plug and play presentation. So we hope you'll enjoy it.
Thank you so much for that, Lenora. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So really quick here, I want to mention something Lenora did mention it. Two of our speakers that you will see in the video was unable to attend tonight. That's Robin Allen, and you'll hear from her next month, and Dr. Reginald Fowler, as Lenora mentioned. My next guest, I think it was Carolyn Bird. Yes. So Carolyn, can you unmute and tell us again, you know, why did you say yes to this?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Lenora for having this vision. And the reason why I said yes to this, because I had a wake-up call in 2009 when I was diagnosed with an advanced form of breast cancer just 5 months after a clean mammogram. And I knew in my heart that it was connected to my nutrition. Even though I didn't think I ate that horrible, That and along with, having stress and not managing it well, I really did not fare well a few years after my diagnosis. I ended up, gaining a ton of weight from the side effects of the medication. I ended up with plantar fasciitis and issues with my spine, where they was doing steroid injections to my spine. And I just didn't know where else to turn to. And then I met someone at a health fair that introduced me to Juice Plus. And it was a game changer for me because I knew right away I knew the power of fruits and vegetables, but to put them in a capsule and to get that many every day, it was a no-brainer for me. And so I started taking Juice Plus, and within 6 months of taking Juice Plus, my body just transformed. I lost the 30 pounds, erased the side effects of chemotherapy. I didn't have to have surgery on my spine. It was a game changer. And at the time, I was working as a hospice nurse, and I realized that people were dying from their nutritional habits. And I came home and told my husband, I said, I can't teach people how to die anymore. I want to teach them how to live. And then that's when I became a huge member of the Juice Plus company, and I became a certified wellness and holistic cancer coach. So this video means so much to me and, in our communities, because it's so important for us to get the word out. I am a prime example that if you put the right foods and nutrition in your body will transform back to its natural state. And that's the way God made our body so beautiful, that when, our cells reproduce and die, but they make better cells if we put in better stuff in our body. So I thank you all tonight for being on the call. And I'm so grateful that I'm here 12 years later, when, like I said, only 1 out of 5 women survive after 5 years. And I'm here 12 years later, but I decided to put better nutrition in my body and reduce my stress. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carolyn. Thank you so much for that. And you guys, what you did hear her say specifically, okay, what you heard her say specifically was she changed her diet: fruits, vegetables, berries, and grains. Again, I'm going to reiterate, we are not making any claims to treat, cure, or heal any specific diseases, okay, or conditions. And what you're going to hear through the other speakers who are sharing is just their journey of making lifestyle changes, one simple change at a time, that makes a difference, okay? So, all right, our next speaker, I think, is Lori Weeks.
Yes, I am so excited to share, because, what has been said here is that, we can't make claims, those specific claims, but what I can claim today is that this community has changed my life. Had it not been for a conversation that my neighbor, she shared with me the benefits of fruits and vegetables and whole food nutrition, that conversation made an impact on my life, my health, my family's life. Further down the line, we had more discussions with my friend and neighbor, and I came to discover that I was really afraid of dying. Having lost my father in my 20s and having to be the caretaker of my mom, when she was going through her health crisis, really made me approach growing into these years from a fearful position. But this community has changed all of that. Like, I embrace aging. I embrace this community that can really just make an impact on so many. So why did I show up for this video? Well, you couldn't keep me from showing up. It was my opportunity to pay it forward. This is a message. Stop, take note. This is a simple change that can have lasting and a generational impact. Thanks so much for letting me be part of this.
Can y'all just see why we just so love this community? Every time Lori jumps on, I tell you, I just love her energy, and it just makes me, she's not that much older than I am, I say, but I just want to age beautifully and gracefully like she is, and continue to do this life together. So thank you so much, Lori. All right, now we've got Pastor Bernetta and Nate Staples. Guys, thank you guys so much.
Well, hello, greetings to everyone out there. Well, my reason for the video is very simple. I was just really inspired by my wife in her quest to make sure that we both were healthy and lived a long life. And then, not to mention Lenora and the Grandisons, you know, just listen to the whole panel of people who just had something to say. I thought I was in this by myself. I thought my wife had me captive and was making me do things, but I found out that there was a whole world out there. My second reason, I believe, is because I'm a 65-year-old Black man who had all kind of health issues that I wasn't even aware of and didn't really care about. You know, being a pastor in the church, you know, we get fried chicken too much.
Yeah.
You know, everybody feed us to show their love for us.
Yeah.
You know, and man, I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I had, you know, migraines. I had pains in my stomach, you know, and just learning to eat better, learning to use the products that my wife was handing to me every morning. I had no idea what it was, but it worked. And so I'm committed. I'm committed to sharing the information, because this is not something that you keep to yourself. If something actually truly works, we need to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to know what it is, know how it works. And hey, I'm a cheerleader for all the products that we are using.
See why you have to sneak those gummies into your husband's diet?
I was trying not to say gummies or those things, you know. And last thing, since she brought that up, the gummies like arrested me and held me captive away from unhealthy eating.
Yeah.
I got rid of the peach rings and the orange slices and all of that garbage. And every time I get that craving now, hey, I just open a bag of gummies and I'm a happy camper.
Amen. Well, I'm here because, and of course you can see why I would want to be here. I live with a wonderful example of what can happen when you change your diet.
Yes.
And I'm that lady that was 400 pounds and spent years and years losing and keeping off 200 pounds and needed a way to keep it off. I got it off, but I needed a way to keep it off.
Yes.
And even though I changed my diet to a plant-based diet, I needed some help with that. And so, but beyond that, getting the help here, this community, when I joined this community, I found other people just like me who were able to love me to a wonderful, healthy place. The first people I thought about were the people in my church. And I knew we needed a tool to do that because I knew the tools we had didn't quite draw that group. So it's my honor and my privilege and my pleasure. Thank you, Lenora, to be able to have a tool that speaks to my people. And I'm ready to use it full blast. Our church is already a wellness church, but we got a lot of other people to go. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it, guys. Thank you, guys. Oh my goodness. This has been just such an amazing journey, coming alongside everybody, working together for this dream truly of ours, because Lenora also knows this has been a dream of Johnny and I. So we're gonna let Johnny say the last words before we show you this amazing video, and know that the production isn't like right spot on, but the message is very strong.
And I think that's part of what this whole thing is all about, is sharing that message. Far too often, there have been conversations that have just not been had in our communities and our families. And this gives us the ability and the vehicle by which to start those dialogues. We talked about when we first came on, there were a lot of things happening for so many people, but we just never saw ourselves at the table. And so when we were looking to share this message, it just seemed like it was for other people. But in true, it's just for us. As a matter of fact, it's for us more so than it could be for anyone else. And so this video gives us ability to touch so many different walks of life, so many different disparities that happen in our community, and allow us to have those hard conversations. We look at the men in our families, oftentimes they never outlive the women, and it's because of what we eat. A lot of times we talk about how, I want the things I want and I want it now, but the things you want might be what's killing you. And so we just want to do better. And I think this starts those conversations. This starts to be able to collectively come together and share those communications and that dialogue. And so I think that's what the importance of this is about. And we're so excited to bring it to you because it's so long overdue. And I'm excited about it.
All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Yes, Bernetta and Nate, we're going to be grown old together, and Lori and Everton, and we've traveled with Lenora and her hubby. Oh my goodness. And Carolyn and your husband. And I'm just excited about this video. So you guys get, if you got popcorn, get your popcorn. It's going to be short, 16 minutes. But what I wanted to also really just throw out there is that although, yes, we're talking to us as a African-American, Black community, believe me, this message transcends to everyone. So everyone can get something out of this, okay?
And I'll even say, reach out to the children as well, because if we can catch them at the younger ages, they don't have the same concerns when they get a little older too. So it's for the whole family.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how much money you make or have, how much you spend to look good, or even how much church you attend. Without your health, what else really matters?
The statistics are sobering. 1 in 3 African Americans has high blood pressure. Black men like me have the highest rate of prostate cancer in the world, and we are also twice as likely to die from it. 1 in 4 Black women over the age of 55 has diabetes. By the age of 65, it's 1 in 4 Black men as well. Now, compared to whites, we're 35% more likely to die from high blood pressure, twice as likely to die from diabetes. And Black women are 42% more likely to die of breast cancer and 35% more likely to die of heart disease. A statistic that concerns me tremendously is that 70% of Black men and 80% of Black women over the age of 20 are either obese or overweight. Another alarming finding is that the obesity rate in Black children is almost 1 in 4.
There are many factors that contribute to the statistics: lack of knowledge, lack of insurance, lack of access to services. But if we're being honest, we can't ignore our part in our health. Our diet and lifestyle plays a huge role in the diseases we experience.
Too many pies and fried foods, not enough beans and raw greens.
Too many grilled meats, macaroni and cheese, and not enough roots and fruits.
We need to drink more water and consistently exercise, less ham and candied yams.
We're hoping and believing for healing on one hand and eating the foods that are killing us on the other. What if the miracle you need could be right there on your plate?
The foods that we love so much are a major part of why we are dying so young.
Genetics play a role, but even more significant is what we actually inherit. It's our unhealthy lifestyles, the way we cook, the way we stress. We have to unlearn and retrain our brains. We have to do our own research, understanding that 75% of disease is literally preventable.
The field of epigenetics has shown us that even when we have a predisposition towards a specific disease, the gene involved is either in an on or off position, just like a light switch. Making good food choices can help keep these genes in the off position and oftentimes turn on the good gene. So how can we begin to tackle this and our weight issues at the same time? Eating more fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, and eating less fatty foods, processed foods, and less saturated fats, and especially less fried foods, would lead to an incredible health benefit and significantly impact the development of many diseases in a positive way. Now understand, change is never easy and doesn't have to be all at once. It can be one step at a time. Just adding 1 fruit or 1 vegetable per day that you didn't previously eat makes a big impact over time. Exercise is also something I've always recommended to my patients if they are physically able. Walking just 20 minutes a day can lead to tremendous health benefits. Otherwise, just keep moving and don't be a couch potato, which has also been shown to increase the death rate.
We have to care more about how exercise will benefit our bodies than what sweating is going to do to our hair.
In our community, many of us see food as love. We have to turn that around and see that being here is love. making sure our kids have their parents and their grandparents. We have to think about how much they would struggle without our presence.
Food is also celebration, community and tradition. My parents were Creole. Every Sunday after church was a feast with aunts, uncles, cousins with traditional Southern foods. But I lost my dad when I was 27, and my mom's health challenges started when she was my age.
My dad died at 68 of everything. He said he'd rather die than stop eating the things he liked, and he did. And I never ate fruits and vegetables, never thought about them except maybe green beans out of a can.
We've connected food so deeply to our ancestors. This isn't just sweet potato pie or gumbo. This is Big Mama on a plate.
It almost feels disrespectful to stop eating the foods that we grew up on.
True.
It's almost like denouncing your heritage or saying, I'm not even Black anymore. And that's what gives it the power over us.
You're so right. What if we acknowledge that our families did the best they could with what they could afford and what was available at the time? I mean, we can honor them by doing the best we can.
When I had my daughter at 30, I was overweight and in trouble with my health. It hit me that if I didn't do something differently, this wasn't going to go well for me or her.
Now, growing up, there was no emphasis on fruits and vegetables or even drinking water. Even as an athlete, I was never introduced to the idea that food had anything to do with my health. And in college, it was actually the pain that drove me to get help. Now, I struggled through the next few years on a yo-yo regimen of steroids and other drugs, still not understanding the relationship between nutrition and disease.
Well, my parents are from the West Indies. So we actually grew up eating lots of fruits and vegetables. That actually became a lot harder once I joined the military, because most days lunch was literally soda, an apple, and a candy bar. My tour to Afghanistan in a leadership position, that's when my body said it had enough. Lack of sleep, not eating properly. I was faced with a life-altering, career-ending diagnosis. Thank God for our amazing neighbors who lived across the street, educated us, empowered us about the power of whole food plant-based nutrition. They gave us a place to start when they introduced us to Juice Plus. That was the catalyst that got us into the driver's seat of our health. So let's talk about Juice Plus. Juice Plus is whole food nutrition made from fruits, vegetables, seeds, and other plant-based ingredients. It helps you bridge the gap between what you should eat and what you do eat. Juice Plus makes healthy living easier and jumpstarts your journey to better health. The 4 capsule blends are packed with whole food nutrition from over 33 plant-based ingredients, conveniently packaged and chosen to be as close to nature as possible. They're vegan and gluten-free, designed for any lifestyle. The fruit blend gives you the variety of a farmer's market with just one quick addition to your routine. The vegetable blend helps you feel confident that you're giving your body the nutrition it needs. The berry blend is always in season, giving you the boost you need from a variety of berries and other plant-based ingredients any time of the year. And the vegan omega blend rounds out your routine with 5 plant-based omega fatty acids that skips the fish and goes straight to the algae for the true source of omega-3. Juice Plus conveniently helps build a solid nutritional foundation for a healthier lifestyle. The Juice Plus products start where all great nutrition begins. Fresh on the farm. The fruits, vegetables, berries, seeds, and algae used in Juice Plus are all sourced with great pride under the highest standards, providing the finest quality plant ingredients. The unique farm-to-capsule process brings that goodness into the Juice Plus blends while protecting the valuable nutrients inside. The strict quality control measures deliver great whole food nutrition in convenient capsules. And Juice Plus has supported independent clinical research by leading academic experts for more than 25 years, which leads to the enormous peace of mind packed in these capsules. Juice Plus also has a growing system called the Tower Garden that many of us enjoy. It requires a minimal amount of space, water, and time, and allows us to grow a wide variety of produce, making it easier to also eat more fruits and veggies.
I learned about Juice Plus at a health fair. It was one simple change that I could make, and that step led to others. It made sense to me right away. And within 6 months of taking Juice Plus and cleaning up my diet, I had gone from surviving to thriving. And I knew this was something I wanted to share with everyone I loved and cared about. I also understood if I was going to do this, I had to walk the talk. Why would anyone listen to me if I was tore up from the floor up?
I had been thinking about juicing. So when my friend shared Juice Plus with me, I realized this was going to be a lot easier. And it just made sense. I knew we were onto something. So I began sharing Juice Plus, starting with my family.
Juice Plus was a big part of us being able to get more nutritionally dense foods into our bodies. And I also noticed how cravings changed to healthier foods.
And everything that we went through to get on the right path, to get our health under control, made us want to absolutely share this with others.
What we love most is when someone who's been struggling with a health challenge for years and years, they've tried everything, then they start on Juice Plus, along with making better food and lifestyle choices, and then everything starts changing for them.
I started taking Juice Plus almost 20 years ago. I was hesitant at first, honestly, but given the fact that I'm a scientist and the research which had been performed on this product was so overwhelming, it really was a no-brainer.
I really wish I had known about Juice Plus on my journey down from nearly 400 pounds. I had high blood pressure, I was diabetic, and I had difficulty with my limbs. When I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, I decided to adopt a plant-based diet. My health improved and the weight came off. These days, I'm just really grateful for a tool like Juice Plus for my own health. And it's a great tool to give to people as a step they can take before they ever have to move anything off their plates.
Well, I just love Juice Plus gummies. They have become my sweet treat, and they're good for me. I've been able to get off sodas and all those other sweets that are no good for me. You know, every now and then I do crave some barbecue ribs,
Yes.
fried chicken, but it is just not worth it. You know, the heartburn, the fatigue, the migraines, the digestive problems. And you know what? Nothing tastes as good as healthy feels.
Initially, I was attracted to Tower Gardens, and it has been so rewarding doing this with my daughter. I feel like I'm changing the trajectory of our family's health. We all want our children to have it better than we did. And that's certainly true for me with respect to eating better. And guess what? I can grow my greens and okra and other foods I love without all the work of a traditional garden.
We all have ancestors who grew their own food. When I'm working on my tower garden, I feel connected to my father.
Who would have thought we could actually grow year-round our fruits and vegetables, inside or outside? Johnny and I are having so much fun doing this.
Okay, I have a confession to make. I'm a certified nutrition specialist, and I understand the value of Juice Plus. It costs less than we would spend on a cup of coffee, but initially, I had a problem with the price. If you can believe it, the day I heard about Juice Plus, I had been to Nordstrom's and bought a $500 pair of boots in a nice bag. And on top of that, my nails were done, my hair was looking nice, but someone asking me to spend something to take care of my body, I was like, no. And then I realized how crazy that was. It was a real wake-up call for me.
I think we're all naturally skeptical when we hear about something like this. I love to help people get out of their own way. It feels so good when someone says, thank you, I'm doing so much better. And being part of a community of like-minded people have been life-changing. I'm even blogging now to help other women discover the journey to healing and getting them connected to the services that they need.
People met me where I was in the Juice Plus community. I have found new ways to celebrate. I've learned to create new and healthy traditions. We get together to move and work out.
Before Juice Plus, I carried other supplements in my practice, but no one had ever called me to say anything helped them. It was after seeing how much Juice Plus helped my mother with her nutrition and realized that ethically, I had to share this with my clients. Now I hear about the good results they're having almost every day, and that fuels me. So many people don't really have a taste for fruits and vegetables, so this is another place where Juice Plus just makes sense, and it helps to change your palate.
If you're ready to make some changes in your health and would love to bring others along with you, come join us in this important mission of inspiring healthy living within our community.
I never learned how to age from my parents, so I want to model what 50s and 60s and 70s are supposed to look like. If you're a parent who wants to break the cycle with your children and would like to inspire other parents to do the same, come join us.
If you're in the nutrition field and would like to add a scientifically proven tool to your toolbox, then come join us.
So if you're a person who sees a bigger picture, and when you see a problem, you want to tackle it like I do, then come join us.
If you are a helper by nature and like the idea of empowering others to share the gift of health and hope, come join us.
To my colleagues, if you are open to learning new ways to help patients, and you believe in good science, then come join us.
If you are a pastor or an active member in your church, and you want to help your fellowship embrace the miracle that food can be,
Yes.
come join us. You know, church is the place where we have the difficult conversations to solve problems. And this, it's a big one.
It's a big one. Nothing is going to change unless we do. We have to stop idolizing food and our past. We have to agree to live. This is how we truly honor our ancestors.
Whether you take the first step to start Juice Plus and start eating better, or even join this mission with us, I do believe together we can create a legacy of health for our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren to come. Thank you so much. There we go, guys. Wow. Oh my goodness. I know the chat's blowing up, and guys, I mean, I can just watch this. Every time I watch this, it just brings so much just joy and just amazement at such a powerful message. So I know I don't want to belabor the moment and time here with us, but again, we really, really hope you have seen tonight how we have all come from different walks of life with different backgrounds and various reasons as to why we said yes to this mission, be it the support, the community, the product of this stable company that will continue to be with us along our journey of becoming. Next month, first Wednesday of the month, we're going to have all of our speakers available to do this again, so that as you go into the holiday, further into the holiday season, because remember, Thanksgiving is coming up, so we really want you to think about what you put into your body for this holiday season. And then we're going to reiterate that again in December for you as we end this year amazingly. And you know, at the end of the year, that's the highest rates for all of the emergency rooms to increase. We don't want that to happen this year. Let's be the change agents. And you heard Pastor Nate say that. In order for something to change, we have to change. So let's do that together. And guys, I can't thank you all enough. My awesome speakers. Thank you. And my background, Lisa, Donna, Patricia, you ladies are amazing. And we'll see you guys